Arsenal Fan TV here, back for another Mondo Goals forfeit battle. And first of all, got to say, last month we absolutely ripped it up, winning 3 out of the 4 Mondo Goal challenges. Brilliant. And if you haven't already seen it, make sure you go and check out the forfeit that Ball Street had to do at Farmageddon, that horror place. It was absolutely brilliant. I don't know how we're going to top that, but that was absolutely fantastic. But listen, that's all done now. It's back down to business. The football's back on after the international break, and it's time to pick my Mondo Goal team. Right, starting off with in goal, I'm going for David De Gea, only 6.7 million. I think that's very cheap. Maybe that's because of all the goals that Arsenal smashed past him last week. But it's only 6.7 million. In defence, I've gone Gary Cahill, who's only 5.8 million. That shows you how badly that Chelsea are defending at the moment. But I think against Aston Villa, I mean, surely they're not going to concede many goals in that. Villa don't score a lot of goals for starters. So I'm going for Cahill there. And I've gone for Jonas Olsson, 4.9 million. I know he's not a great defender, but maybe he'll be okay this week. Where I've spent my dough now is going forward. 14.6 million on the form player at the moment, De Bruyne. They're up against Bournemouth, so I fancy some goals in that game. I've gone for WILLIAN, who's also been on form, 9.6 million for Chelsea. Ross Barkley, 10.1 million. And Victor Moses, who's been doing really well for West Ham, a bargain, I think, at 7.9 million. Up front, and I hope he's not injured or nothing, and he doesn't play. Alexis Sanchez, absolutely on fire. Scored against Manchester United, scored a hat-trick against Leicester before that, scored 3 goals whilst on international duties, on absolute fire at the moment, Alexis Sanchez. And also gone for Theo Walcott. Walcott has been scoring as well for fun. Also scored in the internationals for England. So I've gone for him. 13.2 million. Very expensive. They've cost me a lot of money, but they're worth it. And I've gone Saido Berahino at a bargain, £6.9 million. So I think that's a pretty strong team. From the back to the front, that is a decent team. And that's going to be able to take on anybody. Let's see now how the other guys have got on what they've selected. First of all, I'm going to have a look at Ball Street. Who have they chosen this week? I mean, let's face it. Last month, Lawrence and the gang, they were terrible. Terrible. Let's see if they've improved any and learned any lessons from last month. Apart from putting together all these swanky videos and taking the mick, are they any good at doing this fantasy football thing? Let's find out. Petr Cech in goal. He's starting to get a bit of sense to him. Van Dijk in defence, 5.2 million. That's a good shout. Vincent Kompany, 6.7 million. Kompany might be injured. I'm sure I heard the other day they said that he picked up a little niggle in that game for Belgium, which would mean nil point. Bakary Sagna, 8.7 million. In midfield, they've gone Ross Barkley, same as me. Riyad Mahrez, not a bad shout. Eden Hazard, now for me, 13.8 million. That's a lot of money for a player that at the moment is on terrible form. But, hey, listen, he's up against Villa, so he could tear them apart. Yohan Cabaye and Mesut Ozil, they've gone 5 in midfield. I normally go 3 up front because, remember, when players score, you get more points. But, they're more intelligent than everybody, aren't they? Right? Up front, they've gone Anthony Martial at 5 million. He's a bargain, but he hasn't scored recently. And they've gone for Alexis Sanchez. So they've got 4 Arsenal players in their team. They've not done that before. No, sorry, 3 Arsenal players. All right, fair enough. Let's see what the Redmen TV have done. The mob up there in Liverpool, they've gone Begovic in goal, 5.4 million. Is that how cheap he is? Listen, if you'd have done this last year, you wouldn't get Chelsea players for this cheap, I'll tell you. They've gone Kompany at the back again. I'm not sure. Kompany could be injured, but we'll have to wait and see on that one. Gabriel, they've gone same as me. Aspilicueta, 8.5 million. De Bruyne, same as me. Yohan Cabaye, 6.4 million. Not a bad shout. Ross Barkley, I think that's Fernandinho. 6.7 million. That's not a bad midfield. I'll give them that. And up front, actually, I'll give them this. They've got a good team. They've got Alexis Sanchez, Theo Walcott, same as what I've done. But they've got Wilfred Boney, which is not a bad shout, seeing as City have got an easy game. Aguero's not going to be starting, so a chance for Boney to get on the score sheet, although his form has been poor. So I must admit, I'd say that's a decent team. I'd say both of them have upped their games with the team that they've picked. They're not fancying another forfeit this month. So we have to wait and see what happens. Don't forget to enter the Mondo Gold League, and if you want to win something, just follow what I do. That's all you've got to do. Follow what I do, and you'll be all right. Big head swelly there. Listen, and don't forget, if you haven't already seen it, check out the forfeit video from last month at Farmageddon. It's absolutely brilliant. Thanks for watching. We'll be back next week.
I'm going to be previewing our upcoming game this Saturday, the 5:30 kickoff, where we're travelling to Vicarage Road to play Watford, and it should be a really great game. First of all, we go into it on the back of a 3-0 win against Manchester United a week and a bit ago, which was a great win for us, and we've really got to be following that up with 3 points against Watford. But as well as that, Watford